is the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast.
It's time for another dose of celebrity gossip on the Celebrity Afterlife Report, the only show on the internet that gives you the up-to-the-minute skinny on all your favorite deceased celebs. I'm your host, the Celebrity Medium. Each week, I consult with my Next World paparazzi sources to round up the juiciest information they can give me. Then I compile it and present it to you. I love following the Afterlife celebrity scene, and I hope you love hearing all about it. And with the pleasantries out of the way, it's time to tell you what's up and who's doing what to who. On last week's report, I told you that artists Jean-Michel, Basquiat, and Salvador Dali, co-operators iVironment, the place where Next World residents go to enjoy a rainy day, announced they were going to be producing and co-starring in a movie which will be shot entirely inside iVironment. At the time, I didn't have any details to give you about the movie, its plot, or who else might be in it. Actually, I still don't know much about any of that, other than one very odd detail. One of my sources interviewed a man who is working on building the sets for the movie. The source tells me that the man says his crew is presently constructing a very tall mountain set. Okay, that doesn't seem particularly unusual until I tell you that the mountain in question is being constructed out of Jell-O. Well, it's probably not actually Jell-O brand gelatin, but it's apparently some stuff identical to it. The story goes that Salvador Dali had a dream about a brightly colored, translucent mountain, and he decided that his and Basquiat's still unnamed movie needed to have one in it, as one does. The building that houses iVironment is approximately the size and shape of a blimp hangar and has a ceiling of about 160 feet. I'm informed that the rubbery mountain will reach almost all the way to the top when it's finished. The plans call for it to be constructed on top of a platform on springs so that the entire massive assembly can be shaken, causing the mountain itself to jiggle in the classic Jell-O fashion. Okay. How or even whether that figures into the story of the movie itself is unknown at this point. I have to say, I think it's going to be a really striking visual image, no matter how it's used. I mean, Dali is a world-famous surrealist, so I guess, this just goes along with the look of his famous paintings. This is a story I confess that I'm really looking forward to hearing more about as it develops. About 3 weeks ago, we had an update about Edith Tolson, who was formerly known as Edgar Hoover when she, then he, was the longtime head of the FBI. Since arriving in the afterlife, Edith has had gender reassignment surgery and married her former right-hand man at the Bureau, Clyde Tolson. Edith was so well received when she appeared as a co-host on The Girls, the daytime TV talk show hosted by Debbie Reynolds and her daughter Carrie Fisher, that she was offered a permanent recurring spot on the show's panel. She's also picked up a side gig as a spokesmodel for a line of women's clothing for the, quote, not so svelte, unquote. Now comes word that Edith has several offers for her own TV show dangling in front of her. One of them is reportedly a TV courtroom show to compete with Tammy's Court, the Next World afternoon show hosted by former televangelist Tammy Faye Baker, which for some inexplicable reason is a ratings phenomenon. The producers of the prospective new show say they think that Tolson, with her decades of law enforcement experience, would bring a presence that no other courtroom show in the afterlife or on the earthly plane has. And Edith, who I'm told has required a much, much more glamorous look in recent days, is said to be highly flattered by all the attention and job offers she's receiving, and is carefully considering what her next career move should be. Speaking of Next World TV, The new sitcom starring Florence, Henderson, and Robert Reed, you remember both of them as the stars of the Brady Bunch, has finally aired its first episode after months in preparation. The title the producers settled on is Happy Wife, Happy Life. Henderson and Reed play a married couple in which the husband is gay. His homosexuality has to be kept secret from his anti-gay boss, played by Paul Lynde. Now, the little wink-wink, nudge-nudge here is that Reed and Lynde are actually both gay in real life. Lynde's character's wife is played by Mary Tyler Moore. She doesn't know her husband's gay, and she has a crush on Reed's character, not realizing that he's not interested in women. It's weird. Her father, played by Peter Falk, strongly suspects that his daughter's crush is gay, and he keeps trying to discourage her interest in him. Now, as this was the very first episode of the show, most of it was concerned, as you'd expect, with introducing the characters and explaining their complex interrelationships. Now, I've been saying since I first heard about this thing that this show sounded very 1970s and frankly pretty corny to me. Well, I guess I hadn't taken into account that many people in the Afterlife had been there since the 70s or earlier, because my contacts are telling me it was the #1 primetime show on all of Next World TV last week. Whatever. You'd think that given how long I've been covering the Afterlife celeb scene and seeing all the crazy stuff that goes on there, you'd think I would have learned by now never to predict what's going to be popular or not. Lastly, for this week's report, I have to get new lips. A quick update on the situation at Trump City, the gated whites-only community. The nearly month-long siege inside the walls of the town is over, but things are still apparently somewhat volatile there. Fred Trump, father of the American president, who was the mayor of the town, is still missing, along with his white supremacist pal, aviator Charles Lindbergh. No one has seen anything of them, for over a week now. Apparently I need new lips and new reading skills. With the town apparently leaderless, at least for now, some of the residents have moved out. I'm told that when friends and loved ones of the people trapped inside stormed the gates of the town, all of the giant banners of Donald Trump that his father had put on the sides of nearly every building in Trump City were torn down and ripped up. The town is reportedly in something of a state of chaos, and there are rumors circulating that the original planner of the town, actress, singer Judy Garland, is thinking about taking the community back and turning it into the women's only town she originally wanted it to be. Now, whether that rumor is true and how she plans to pull that off is unknown at this time. Like I said, things are very volatile in Trump City, or what was Trump City. And I can't imagine they're going to all get worked out quickly. All right, that's it for now. Time to lock up the Celebrity Afterlife Report studio for another week. Hope you will join me in 7 days' time for another roundup of the latest gossip about all your favorite deceased celebs. Please spread the word that the report can be found on iTunes, in the Google Play Store, and on K-Chung Radio, AM 1630 in Los Angeles, all for free, of course. I'd appreciate it if you would like this on YouTube and subscribe to my channels. I'm the Celebrity Medium. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast. To ask a question about your favorite deceased celebrity, call 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-369-3732.